Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 10 most common driving mistakes that lead to real accidents, not just traffic tickets. Some may seem minor or even harmless at first, but they can cost lives. From speeding and poor signaling to bad habits at intersections, we'll cover it all and explain how to avoid them. Whether you're a new driver or have years of experience, this video will make you think twice about how you drive. Let's get started. Mistake number 10. Incorrect intersection behavior. Drivers entering intersections often try to squeeze through, or, conversely, stop in awkward and dangerous spots. The result? Traffic jams, dangerous situations, and ultimately, accidents. The reasons behind this behavior are quite simple. Lack of respect for other drivers, intentional or unintentional traffic law violations. In other words, poor driving culture, disregard for rules, and sometimes just plain arrogance. Some drivers, believing they have special privileges, drive into oncoming lanes, onto sidewalks, or around vehicles waiting at railroad crossings, all to be first in line. These actions provoke risky behavior from other road users. Our advice: always respect traffic rules and don't pay attention to impatient honking from behind when you stop at an intersection after noticing that traffic ahead is not moving. Forget words like squeeze through or slip by. Stay alert, watch carefully in all directions, and don't be overconfident. Mistake number 9. Improper use of vehicle lighting. Both excessive and insufficient use of your vehicle's lighting, regardless of the time of day, can be a serious mistake. For example, turning on fog lights and rear fog lamps when there's no fog can dazzle other drivers or confuse them. Rear fog lamps often resemble brake lights, which can be misleading in traffic. When visibility is good, avoid unnecessary lighting. It does more harm than good. The same goes for driving at night with only your parking lights on. They are barely visible from just a few meters away and do not ensure your vehicle is seen in time. On the other hand, using your low beams during the daytime, especially outside city limits, is strongly recommended. In fact, in many countries, it's legally required. Mistake number 8. Aggressive and unnecessary lane weaving. Every driver has likely seen it. Someone in a crowded multi-lane flow who seems to think they're the star of Fast and Furious. Just to gain a car length or two at the next light, they weave between vehicles, creating slalom-like movements and pushing others into risky decisions. According to studies, about 1 in every 20 drivers constantly wants to be first, everywhere and always. And, let's be honest, almost every driver feels the need to blow off steam now and then. Our advice: channel that adrenaline on safe, designated tracks. Go for rental karting, take a spin on an ATV or a dune buggy. Fortunately, such activities are easily accessible today, especially in and around major cities. Mistake number 7. Poor lane discipline. Sticking to your lane is simple when there's clear and visible road marking. A driver should stay within their lane and only cross dashed lines when changing lanes intentionally. But when lane markings are missing, for example early spring, or obscured, say by snow, things get trickier. In such cases, a driver has to estimate the number and size of lanes by eye, which is far from ideal. Still, you can use what's left of the markings or follow the existing tire tracks if the road is covered. Important: avoid overtaking or changing lanes on curves, and always reduce speed in such situations. Mistake number 6. Enabling traffic rule violators. Some actions on the road may seem courteous or humane, but in reality, they can lead to dangerous consequences. For example, you might yield to a pedestrian trying to cross at an undesignated spot, or let a driver make an illegal U-turn across a double solid line. However, that same pedestrian could step into oncoming traffic and be hit by a vehicle coming from the left or right, a driver who didn't expect the sudden obstacle and had no time to react. So what should you do? On the one hand, avoid helping someone carry out an illegal maneuver. On the other hand, if you see that the violator is determined to act recklessly regardless, remember the 3D rule, as mentioned in our previous videos. Don't get involved. It's not worth getting into an accident because someone else insists on breaking the law. Mistake number 5. Entering a major road from a secondary one. This scenario often ends with a minor collision, usually when a driver rear-ends the vehicle in front of them. It typically happens when a driver focuses too much on the flow of traffic on the main road, while the car ahead suddenly slows down, either to be cautious or due to hesitation. Sometimes, such setups are even staged intentionally as a type of insurance fraud. How to avoid this mistake? Keep your eyes on the car in front of you until it has fully merged into the main traffic flow. Only then should you check left for oncoming traffic and proceed. Mistake number 4. Failing to use turn signals. Turn signals are one of the most essential forms of communication between drivers. Every driver is responsible for informing others on the road about their intentions. Ignoring this duty will eventually lead to a collision. It's only a matter of time. How to avoid this mistake? Make it a habit, regardless of whether other vehicles are around, to follow this simple sequence. Check your mirrors, signal your turn, make the maneuver, check your mirrors again. Mistake number 3. Following trucks too closely. Truck hugging. This humorous term refers to a dangerous habit, driving too close to large trucks or long vehicles. Doing this leads to multiple issues: severely reduced visibility, loss of the momentum needed for safe overtaking, surprise appearances in front of oncoming traffic when pulling out from behind the truck, risk of objects falling from the truck's cargo area onto your windshield. In short, the consequences can be extremely serious. Always keep a safe distance, ideally 65 to 100 feet, and avoid creeping up behind trucks, even in heavy city traffic. Mistake number 2. Poor parking habits. The highest level of parking skill is the ability to remain unnoticed while maintaining full safety and courtesy to others. That means approach gently, park carefully, let passengers out, leave just as discreetly. Here, both technique and planning matter. When parking, always consider whether you'll be able to leave quickly and safely later on. Unacceptable parking includes blocking other vehicles or creating unnecessary obstacles to traffic flow. Mistake number 1. Speeding or choosing the wrong speed. Speed is one of the leading risk factors for traffic accidents and the severity of injuries that result from them. While drunk driving is widely considered unacceptable by most drivers, slight speeding, say up to 12 miles per hour over the limit, is often seen as normal. In many places, it's not even punishable by a fine. And if you push the gas pedal a bit more, still acceptable to some, as long as you don't get caught by a radar or traffic camera. But the faster you go, the more serious the consequences of even a small mistake. Studies show that if a car hits a pedestrian at about 18 miles per hour, the pedestrian will most likely survive. But at 30 miles per hour, up to 80% of pedestrians will die. The issue isn't speed alone. It's choosing the wrong speed for the current road conditions. Even if you're within the legal limit, you might not be able to fully control your vehicle if the speed doesn't match the situation. Traffic laws even define a specific term: safe speed. This is the speed at which a driver can maintain full control of the vehicle under specific road conditions. Did you catch that? Specific road conditions. As the conditions change, so should your speed. So, what affects your safe speed? One of the biggest factors is the road itself. Imagine you're driving at about 68 miles per hour on a wide, dry, empty road in daylight with great visibility. Now take the same road at night, and it's unlit. At the same speed, you might not see an obstacle in time to stop. Add rain, snow, potholes, or ice to the mix, and that same speed becomes outright dangerous. Another factor is your vehicle's condition and type. A well-maintained modern car will handle speed very differently than an old, underpowered vehicle with poor brakes or worn-out tires. Even your cargo matters. Are you carrying just a backpack on the rear seat or a heavy box on a roof rack? Your load affects braking, stability, and handling, so it should factor into your speed decisions. Just as important is the driver's physical condition and skill. If you're not feeling well, your reaction time slows down, and it's better to skip the trip entirely. In fact, many traffic laws explicitly prohibit driving when sick or fatigued. If you're already on the road and begin to feel unwell, reduce your speed and drive more cautiously. Fatigue also reduces concentration, and speed only amplifies this danger. Aggressive driving, rapid overtaking, sharp maneuvers, and heavy braking often leads to accidents. It's a prime example of what not to do. Interestingly, the same risks arise with overly slow driving. Disrupts traffic flow and irritates other drivers, which can also lead to risky behavior. The safest speed is usually the speed of the traffic flow. When you move in sync with other drivers, feel healthy, alert, and fully focused. Remember, safe driving isn't just about following the rules, it's about thinking ahead, staying focused, and respecting everyone on the road. Even small decisions, like using a turn signal or choosing the right speed, can make a big difference. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more road safety tips, and share it with someone who needs a reminder. Drive smart, stay safe, and see you in the next video.